let's do this. We just kind of previewed and gave the possibility for an upset of NC State versus Purdue. UConn, they're just kicking everybody's tail, right? But we did see Creighton smoke them, their last loss on the road in the Big East. Okay, so give me your thoughts on if you're Nate Oates, how do you beat mighty UConn in the NCAA in the Final Four?
This is a fun one to talk about. If I'm Nate Oates, what am I doing? I'm not changing a thing, right? I know historically having a defense like Alabama, which is outside the top 100 in efficiency, typically doesn't make it to a national championship or win you a national championship. But I think you need to lean into the fact that you are deficient defensively and just run nonstop. The same way we were talking about mixing Purdue up with different looks for NC State, Alabama needs to score 150 points. Part of me is over-exaggerating, but I think 120 is the number. If they can hit 120 and make the game as uncomfortable as possible for UConn, that's my best way. I love Mark Sears. I love the guards that they have. I actually and when I think about what Grant Nelson has done, I think he is a unique matchup for UConn, because if there's a spot, I think he is shifty enough that he might be able to get around Klingon. I like what Grant Nelson can bring, but Estrada and Stevenson and Sears need to have 30 each. That's it. That's it. Hey, go play your best offensive game. Don't get rattled by any moment. Go score 120 and see if they can score 130.
Well, okay, so I'm going to agree and slightly disagree on a couple levels here. Yes, you need to play fast, okay, and you need to force tempo. And they do a great job of forcing tempo. The old adage in basketball is it's easier to slow a game down than speeding it up. That might be true, but that hasn't been the case with Alabama. They found ways to speed up. Even Clemson, it's a hard team to speed up, and they did that. But I agree with you in terms of they need to attack through Grant Nelson. He hasn't had a great season, and he's not very good defensively. And the reason that they give up so many points easily, I saw him against Janai Broome twice against Auburn, and Janai scored at will. Now, the game at home, late, Grant Nelson got loose. So here's what I think. Yes, you want to play through Grant Nelson at times. He can score on the perimeter. He can go downhill at Donovan Clingan. But I also think you need to have a better plan for when you attack the rim. Right? And they do. Remember, they play pure analytics basketball. They want layups, free throws, three-pointers. So that fits. That matches how to beat them. But when you go in there, you got to go in with a plan. There wasn't one shot fake from Illinois. Right? They didn't have really clever finishing package. No dump-offs to others. Right? It was simply you go in there and you try and finish over a 7'2" great shot blocker. No kickouts as well. And UConn is really good at fly switching and matching up, even to the guy that Klingan guards. So a lot of threes, a lot of layups, and you got to force tempo. And I think you got a chance because Klingan's not a great scorer, but you got to limit the layups and easy putbacks. You got to limit those second shots from UConn. That's where they'll kill you.
I like what you said about Illinois, because Ty Rodgers is like the 4 for Illinois, and he didn't throw a shot fake. He literally got blocked 5 times, it felt like. Danger isn't the most skilled offensive guy. So when I think about Grant Nelson and the moves he made, he was shifty. He was getting on the other side of the rim. He was using angles. So that's where I'm just going to continue to lean into what he can do offensively, what Stevenson, Estrada, and Sears can do offensively. You just got, again, the way Illinois played against UConn, I thought, all right, I understand they want to have a strategy and stick to it, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 20 times, it felt like. What are we doing? So I agree, a little bit of shift in strategy from Alabama. But Alabama shoots it so much better from the perimeter than Illinois, which is an advantage for them to keep this close.
Well, and they got to make them. They got to make them. It's like, Coleman Hawkins had plenty of opportunities. He didn't make them. Grant Nelson will get some opportunities. If he makes them, it changes the game altogether.